Hi there, and welcome to a Crux Supplier Spotlight. My name is Dan Ostermuller, Head of Supplier Relations at Crux. Joining me today is Mike Salk, Managing Director, Moody's Analytics, Data and News Solutions. Mike, thanks for joining today. Can you please kick us off by introducing yourself and sharing your role at Moody's and what your division does?
Thanks, Dan. I'm happy to join you today. I work within Moody's Analytics, which is part of the larger Moody's Corporation. A lot of people, when they first hear Moody's, they think the rating agency. Moody's Analytics delivers a lot more information than just the ratings data that comes out of the rating agency. Within the division I'm in, which is Data Solutions, we have the Orbis database, which is the largest collection of private companies in the world. We have a trade credit product, Cortera, which was a recent acquisition. We do deliver and link up data that comes out of the rating agencies, so that's ratings information. And our acquisition that we're here to talk about today, or our more recent addition to our team, which is the NewsEdge products, which brings together 19,000 sources of information within a normalized aggregated news feed.
Got it. We've at Crux have certainly appreciated the broader relationship that we have with Moody's, and but specifically with NewsEdge, you know, have been working with folks on the NewsEdge side for quite a while. Certainly seen a lot of interest in news for a lot of different use cases these days. Can you speak to what is most unique and exciting about the NewsEdge product, particularly compared to alternatives and competitors out in the market?
Sure. So one of the things we like to think about with NewsEdge is we can take in any news asset, and we have gone out and curated a large amount of news assets from premium publications. So that is information that traditionally would be behind a paywall or require a subscription to access, to web curated content. And we're only looking at what we would consider business relevant content. We're not just going on and consuming anything that's out there on the internet today. So we bring together around 19,000 sources today. It's continuing to grow. But what we do that's really unique about that content is we normalize it in sub-seconds. So when we talk about normalization, it's bringing that content together. It's extracting entities, it's extracting key events, and providing a normalized taxonomy across the content, and then providing it out in a feed-based format, or we also have some desktop products, but a feed-based format for our customers to then consume into their own environments and then use it how they may want to use that content.
Got it. And can you speak a little further about that? You know, it obviously news touches, you know, everything and everyone. And these days, you know, COVID certainly dominating the news, but as the market starts to recover, you know, lots of ups and downs. Can you speak to typical, you know, users? What types of firms are you working with? And, you know, what types of, you know, specific use cases are they plugging your data into?
Sure. So it's when we talk about news, the use case is actually it's massive. It could be a corporate use all the way through financial use or government use. So just a couple of examples where we see people using news today. In the corporate marketplace, we have a lot of pharmaceutical companies that are using our feeds and using it to monitor their competitors, but also to monitor where the various regulators may be with approvals of drugs. Moving over to the financial realm, we have a number of customers who are using our content on portals for their customers. So linking it into a customer's portfolio. And one of the things that we do is we don't just provide a fire hose of information, we're able to dedupe that. So if there's a story that comes out 3 days in a row, you won't see that same story over and over again. You're going to just see that story when it first comes out and it is most relevant. If you want to see every version of it, we can give that to you. Or if you want to see only when there's new, unique content, we can filter it in that way. Where we see a lot of use now and a lot of growth is with people taking our content in to publish into natural language processing systems. And what they're doing there is they're using our taxonomy as an input. So we're very consistent. You know, if a story is written by a news outlet, we're not tagging that story with that news as being about that news outlet. We're tagging that story about the actual companies that are mentioned, or the events and the topics of that story. And then they're able to use our feed and put their own secret sauce over the top and use machine learning to make decisions.
Well, last question real quick is, what are you hoping to achieve in working with Crux? Why do you think that your this product, but obviously, all the products you described could be a good fit with the Crux platform?
One of the things that Crux is doing, and we look at this with our data assets, is how do you bring together a large amount of data and link and connect all of that data up? And news is a great input for someone who's looking for alternative data, because it's informing you about events as soon as they are happening. And then others may be pulling that data set out and putting it into a database, or past events that have occurred and databasing it. So we see our news asset as just a complement to all of the other data assets that are available through the Crux platform.
Perfect. Well, thank you for taking the time today, Mike. For anybody watching who's interested in learning more about NewsEdge or any of the Moody's analytics products, please feel free to get in touch, and we look forward to potentially working with you all. So thanks again, Mike.
Thanks, Dan. Have a good day.